Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter for the Fundamental of Physical Geography, Class 11th NCERT. In this chapter, we are going to talk about chapter number 6, that is Geomorphic Processes. So, you would like to know the meaning of geomorphic process, the endogenic and the exogenic forces causing physical stress and chemical actions on earth materials and bringing about changes in the configuration of the surface of the earth are known as geomorphic processes. Diastrophism and volcanism are endogenic geomorphic processes. They have already been discussed in the preceding unit. Weathering, mass wasting, erosion, and the deposition are exogenic geomorphic processes. These exogenic processes are dealt with in this chapter. A process is a force applied on earth materials affecting the same. An agent is a mobile medium like running water, moving ice, masses, wind, waves, and currents, etc., which removes, transports, and deposits earth materials. Running water, groundwater, glaciers, wind, waves, and currents can be called geomorphic agents. Gravity, besides being a directional force activating all downslopes movement of matter, also causes stresses on the Earth's material. Indirect gravitational stresses activate waves and tide-induced currents and wind. Without gravity and gradients, there would be no mobility and hence no erosion. No transportation and deposition are possible. So gravitational stresses are as important as the other geomorphic processes. Gravity is force that is keeping us in the contact with the surface, and it is force that switches on the movement of the all surface material on Earth. Dear students, in this slide, I am going to tell you about the types of geomorphic processes. So first one is exogenic processes. So what is exogenic forces? The exogenic processes derive their energy from atmosphere determined by ultimate energy from the sun and also the gradients credited by tectonic factors. Gravitational force acts upon all earth materials having a sloping surface and tend to produce movement of matter in downslope direction. Force applied per unit area is called stress. Stress is produced in a solid by pushing or pulling. This induces deformation. Forces acting along the faces of earth materials are shear stress. It is this stress that breaks rocks and other earth materials. The shear stress results in angular displacement or slippage. Beside the gravitational stress, earth materials become subjected to molecular stresses that may be caused by a number of factors, amongst which temperature changes, crystallization, and melting are the most common. Chemical processes normally lead to the losing of bonds between grains, dissolving of soluble minerals, or cementing materials. Thus, the basic reason that leads to weathering, mass movements, and erosion is development of stresses in the body of the earth materials. Temperature and precipitation are the two important climatic elements that control various processes. Now, in the finale of this video, we are going to talk about endogenic processes. The energy emanating from within the earth, the main force behind endogenic geomorphic processes. This energy is mostly generated by radioactive rotational and tidal friction, that primordial heat from the origin of the Earth. This energy, due to the geothermal gradients and heat flow from within, the induces diastrophism and volcanism in the lithosphere. Due to variations in the geothermal gradients and heat flow from within, crystal thickness and strength, the action of endogenic forces are not uniform, and hence the tectonic controlled origin crystal surface is uneven. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.